Yo, Fromies, I'm excited to... Oh, what did you say? Sorry. Yo, Fromies, I'm excited to introduce our next guest to Streamers Unplugged, Poofesure. Let's go. I really do thank you, man. I've definitely watched you over the years. I found Twitch through you. I really do appreciate you being on the channel. I look up to you a lot as a content creator. I definitely think that you have a lot to offer, which is why I wanted to interview you. And I know that a lot of people want to hear what you have to say. So I'm pretty pumped, man. How's it going?
Good. How about you? I'm watching myself in my little camera thing, seeing if I should get closer to this bright light or further away or what. Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. I'm sorry for the viewers out there. I've been a humongous pain in the ass for Froman to finally do this with. I think I've put you off for about 2 months now. So I'm not mythical. I promise. I'm actually real, and I'm here.
He exists. But we're finally doing it. I'm really excited to hear your answers. I kind of just thought about things that I would think of that the audience of you, like your community, would love, like the beef bossers. I don't know what you call your community, actually.
No dedicated nickname. They can be whatever they want to be. We're yeah. Just yes, whatever.
My first question's kind of random, but it's kind of funny. So I know that you talk about iCarly a lot, and a lot of your videos as well, you make references to iCarly. Funny enough, myself at least, I got a lot of influence from iCarly to become a content creator back in the day. I do want to ask you, did you like any of that influence from iCarly as well? Because she was like the first streamer, so...
Yeah, in a way, it was a fake streamer, but yeah, she was a streamer. It's the story of someone famous on the internet's life,
right?
Which is an interesting perspective and probably part of the reason. Really, I never even really thought about that. That show was so ahead of its time because now that's such a common thing. But for then, it was like this. Ooh, make a TV show about this, and now it's just well, shit. Nah, there's so many of us living that life now.
I know,
but, right? Yes, definitely. When I was a kid, I dreamt of being on iCarly. Like that would being famous to the point you could get on that show because they had some people guest star on there that were big on the internet or big bands or whatever.
Right.
Kind of came onto that show, so it was a dream and part of an inspiration to get me going. But that might have been a little even before I really started going on YouTube, but part of the inspiration for sure, and definitely a dream of mine back then. When I was recording my first video, I'm sure I had Carly in the back of my head, but there was something else that I did around that time that I really wanted to be part, like get on iCarly or be famous, because really that was my original inspiration back in the day,
right?
To become known, so to say. I wanted to be someone people would see and be like, whoa, that's cool. I love making people's days too, you know. I thought that would be so cool. Around that time, I did like a small movie studio opened up in my hometown, and I submitted my picture and information and stuff to that studio to be an extra in a movie, or if they ever needed to cast something, they could reach out to me. Yes, I did that.
Okay.
Never got any sort of roles from that. I don't think that movie studio lasted very long, nor did they produce anything very notable. So my movie career was non-existent. I've really never even told anyone that. Like, this is something that just came to me since you asked me this question. I can't even remember the movie studio's name, but I did it just to do it. Like, they allowed you to stop in their office and drop off stuff if you wanted to be if there's ever a need for extras or anything in any of their movies, they'd reach out to you.
Okay.
And they'd have your picture, they'd know, you know, your age, what you look like, stuff. So if you're demographic, fatuted, into the demographic that they were looking for whatever it is in the movie, they'd reach out to you.
Okay. So like nowadays, would you like try to would you want to be in a movie now? Like still, you think?
If I were to do anything in a movie,
Voice
it would
acting?
be
Yeah.
voice acting
Yes.
over being in the movie. I'm not much to look at, you know. I've gotten
No.
titties, like you know, if they need average looking overweight white guy, maybe that's me, but I don't know if I'm much of an actor other than that. But I don't even know how good I'd be at that. I have a tough time faking emotion, so to
Right.
say. And a lot of people ask me if my videos are real or not. Is it real anger, or are you just pretending for views or whatever?
That's
And
a good question.
it's real. Like I'm a pretty genuine person in almost every way I act. It's, you know, or everything I do and say in my videos is fairly genuine. But I was just thinking, now I just said that, but like I say come on my face in my videos and
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that seriously though. So not everything I say is serious.
Well, when he's talking about extreme things like that, he's not meaning it. There you go.
Right.
I'm your like political like what's it called, like PR person. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
No, that's interesting though. Yeah, the whole show thing, the movie thing, and all that. But you actually mentioned 2009, so let's go to the start of that actually. So June 9th, 2009 was your first video that ever got uploaded. It was a COD video actually.
Babe, I'm going to show you the glitches that I know for Cliffside. And then you can just walk right through it, and then you're in this pretty good spot.
If people don't know you too well, if they don't go back into your channel, they don't even know. You used to run COD a lot, actually. Nowadays, like, it's all like Nintendo stuff, usually for the most part, or just like random games, like horror games, funny things like that. So, you know, when you started recording those for the first time, did you think that you would ever gain popularity, like to the level that you are right now?
No, I didn't think it'd be to this level. I did have aspirations of maybe getting like 100,000 followers back in those days, but back in those days, 100,000 was a lot back then, like a lot. 100,000 then is probably like the 2.5 million now.
Right.
So
right.
it's a whole different scale. And back then, when I uploaded that first video in 2009, it was Call of Duty for the Wii. So it was still Nintendo.
Oh,
and that's still the same Wii I have today that's sitting right here that I play Mario Kart on. The same exact Wii I recorded that first video with is still being used to this day, which I think is awesome. Although this Wii has gotten loud, but it still works nonetheless. Still have all those save files. It's all original from then, which I think is a cool piece to like. My channel's gone on for so long.
Right.
And I even went away from that Wii for years and years and years. And then I came back to it in 2019 and managed to with that Wii that started my channel, be the thing that made my channel actually big, so to say. I mean, I'm not big, but I'm proud of what I have and happy for what I have. It was a tube TV in my parents' basement. I stacked shoe boxes on top of each other to create a pillar, to put a digital camera on top of it, to record my tube TV of me doing glitches on Call of Duty, Black Ops, Wii, Cliffside.
That's so wild.
And I said pretty good at least 20 times in that video.
Pretty good spot. Pretty good sniping spot. Pretty good. Pretty good spot. Pretty good spot. Pretty good spot.
But nonetheless, those are the games, or that really was the game that made me a gamer. I always had played video games. You know, I had a PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, but it was Call of Duty World at War for the Wii online that really got me sitting down for hours and hours. And it really started my rage, too. That's when I started chucking. I had the Wii Zapper. I'd, get mad and chuck that at the floor. That's when I started breaking things.
It is interesting, though, because COD is a lot different from the content that you do mainly today, right? So like, you know, obviously you're really known for doing like Wii Party, you know, Wii Sports, stuff like that. What got you into switching over from that when you were just starting off on YouTube to like Wii Sports and stuff like that?
When I was doing that, I was kind of getting my foot in the door, but I didn't have much direction or idea. I didn't have much inspiration yet. I don't think I was watching other YouTubers, other gaming YouTubers enough yet to fully understand what I was doing. I think when I was doing that back then, I was like, I bet people would want to watch this. So I made a video of it.
Yeah.
And I believe one of my other early videos was just a video with my conduit friend code for the conduit for the Wii. That was a shooter that had voice chat. I thought that was cool. So I wanted to, it used Wii Speak. And I had Wii Speak. So I wanted more friends on there so I could talk to people while I play video games.
Right,
I really just wanted to, you know, I guess meet new people, make friends back then. And that's what I did. It wasn't until I had a PlayStation 3 and I believe was into Modern Warfare 2 or 3. I believe I got a Dazzle capture card for the in that time frame, somewhere in there. And that's when I had started watching other gaming YouTubers. Mr. Phantasmo was one of the first YouTubers I ever kind of got attached to.
Okay.
Gaming YouTuber, part of the Machinima Network back in the day. I just really liked his personality, his chillness, his ability to talk. It was all about gameplay commentaries back then.
Right.
I still call skeletons in Minecraft. That's from him. He did a Minecraft series back in that day. I remember coming home. I was taking the bus home from school. I'd get home. My parents hadn't came home from work. I'd go right to the computer with some food. And Mr. Phantasmo would always upload right around then. And I'd watch his video. And he was a huge inspiration to me there.
Okay.
I also really liked the old How to Annoy series with Kevin1811 on the Machinima Network. Who Kevin1811 Kevin1811 is now Call Me Kevin, who is still a big and relevant YouTuber today. He kind of rebranded himself and did very well with that. I don't even know if he acknowledges much anymore that he used to be Kevin1811 back in the day. But those two were huge inspirations to me to get a Dazzle capture card and start recording my Call of Duty gameplay on my PS3. I started with gameplay commentaries. I was boring and annoying, I think, just like I am right now.
No.
And then that wasn't taken off. So I'm like, I got to switch something. So I took a page from Kevin1811's book. Essentially, he was trolling people on Call of Duty. Well, I can do that. So I started annoying people on Call of Duty and recording their reactions. That took off way better than commentaries, so I stuck with that. And back in that day, how to get views on videos would be to make your videos titled and tagged similar to a already existing series that was popular, because people would look up How to Annoy. So I would try to title my videos as close to that as possible to get a high search result so that they found my channel. And when Modern Warfare 3 came out, I believe, or Black Ops 2, one of those two, I tried to be the first. I remember I'm a broke high school student. I paid $200 and some on eBay to get Black Ops 2 early. Yeah. You went to the store at midnight or before midnight.
Yeah.
And I had done that with the previous Call of Duty. I went there, for the midnight release and got it. This time, I decided I'm spending the money to get it early so I can make content earlier.
Right.
And that paid off again. I was able to have videos ready to go at Australian midnight time because I had paid to get it early.
Right.
And through that, I got some higher viewed videos, and that was able to get my channel in the 10,000 subscriber mark while I was still in high school back in 2012, 2013, which then was kind of a big deal. And I believe it was in 2012 I got signed to the Machinima Network as well. which again back then was a big deal.
Right.
And Machinima, as we know it now, is defunct, and it kind of went down the tubes in later years. But back then, it was still kind of reputable. It was a really cool thing to be a part of, and I was really proud of that. So I stuck with that Call of Duty, rode that wave to like 12,000 or so subscribers, and then I went to college. And while I was in college, that's when my channel kind of fizzled out. Dude, I went back to the Wii in 2019 when I got sick of Fortnite.
Yeah.
That is the short answer. May 2019, I decided, fuck Fortnite. I'm done with it. I'm playing random games. It was mainly inspired because I started watching RT Game, Penguin Zero's old videos, Moist Critical's old videos when he did gameplay commentaries.
Yeah.
I watched those. I got into those a little bit more and realized this is much more fun than making stupid Fortnite videos, a game I don't give a shit about anymore. So I went back to random games, and one thing that they didn't do much, or RT did a little bit of Wii, is Wii games. So I started doing more Wii games again. And those are the ones that took off. Best decision of my life. Even though I had a steady viewership watching Fortnite videos, I said fuck it and followed my passion, and it paid off big time. Luckily, but it doesn't always have to be. But you get lucky sometimes when you follow your passion.
Oh, of course. Yeah, and you followed your passion. So, out of all the Wii games that you played so far, though, like, what do you enjoy doing the most? Like when you sit down in your chair, you play the games. What are you most excited to record content for? Like, is it Wii Party? Is it Wii Sports? Wii Sports Resort?
It's evolved over time. I think the thing I like doing most is playing new games. Okay. I like new experiences. Like, I was really excited to play Hard Time 3 that just came out recently, even though that's not necessarily in my wheelhouse of games. Hard Time videos, although have tended to historically actually do well for my channel, but I was excited to play that. I mean, that Redneck Jamboree Wii game I played a few weeks back, that was fun. I was excited to play that. The box looks so interesting. At this point, I'd say random new games are my favorite things to play. Although I did enjoy going for as much as I got pissed and hated sometimes, going for all those platinum medals on Wii Sports, I enjoyed it. But, however, this last platinum, throwing punches, absolutely not. The most least excited thing I am, why I'm already like starting to play Wii Play, because I absolutely do not like throwing punches. It's cheeks. I could go off for another 20 minutes like I did before about nonsense about how bad that is, but I'm gonna try to stay on topic.
Oh, you're good. Let's move on to something else. I don't know if you've done many collabs. I know
not many.
Maybe like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Who would you say is like some of the favorite people that you've collabed with? I guess like top 2, I guess, because there's only 4 or 5. So.
I think that... Okay, I'm trying to think back to who I collabed with, and it's Troyden, Nick.
It might just be them.
I got a good top 2. Nick Rovita.
Who's the goddamn Wii Sports king? Look at him. Look at him, Conway.
And Troyden.
Call me Vanessa Williams.
I don't know. Like, there's 2 different categories of collabs here, or 3 really, because there were group collabs for Among Us, Wii-related collabs with Nick and Troyden, and then horror game-related collabs with Hayden and Reeves. And I think that all of them brought their strengths to the table. They each have a purpose. They each fill my hole a different way. You know what I mean? I couldn't stop it from being gay. I really enjoyed with Nick because I think I beat him. Or at least he was a speedrunner, so if he beat me, I didn't feel as bad.
Yeah.
Wait, no, I got creamed by him. So, I'd probably say that those collabs with Troyden and Nick were my favorite, and the runner-up, I really miss the Among Us days a bit, because I got to play with a lot of people I otherwise wouldn't have, because I'm more of a lone ranger, I guess, and it put me in a realm being able to play. I played with the crew most nights then, which when I was a kid I could have only dreamed of back in high school. I was always a little bit nervous. And some days, there'd be other huge YouTubers playing with us. I think Laserbeam played with us one of the times. Nogla ended up being a big part of it. And I got to play with some guys that I've known for a while that I've never really played games with, like the guys from the Goons, Soup and McNasty. So, it was a really cool way to finally get to play games with other creators.
It's pretty
long answer
though.
Again to your question.
No, it's okay. It's fine. I'm enjoying it though. I really am. And I think that's really cool that you got to find people on the internet and got to actually collab with people that you looked up to and people that you watched for a while as well. Fast forwarding a little bit though, so obviously you're at 2.5 million subscribers. That's fucking insane, actually. I think that's more than that's actually more than the population of Buffalo, which is kind of crazy. When you first hit your 1 million subscriber mark, what was it like? What would you do? Like, what was your reaction? It's like, holy fuck, like 1 million people.
Yeah, I honestly don't remember much. I remember getting my gold play button. I thought that was very cool. I was very excited for that. I don't know what I did or when it was exactly when I hit 1 million subs, to be honest with you. Things I remember more, maybe I'm more of a materialistic person. The things I remember most are like buying my house, buying my first Lambo.
Yes, the Lambo.
Those are the things, not to sound like a douche here, but those are the things. Wait, now, I'm kind of backtracking. Remember how I said at the beginning, I started doing YouTube because I wanted to be, famous, so to say. And now when I look back to it, I don't even remember the big milestones of becoming famous. I remember buying the Lambo. I remember buying the house.
Well, those are kind of like, boy. I mean, getting a house that's a huge milestone in somebody's life as well. I mean, I know it's not a YouTube milestone, but YouTube got you to get the house.
Right,
so,
exactly.
I mean,
when I had my day job as a project manager for a construction company, I was still doing YouTube on the side. Yeah, that's what I was doing until I quit my job in October of 2019. Almost.
Holy
exactly
shit.
5 years ago now when I quit my job to be a full-time YouTuber. But while I was doing my project manager job during the day, I'd go home and I'd make a Fortnite video every other day. So one day when I get home from work, I'd record. The next day I get home from work, I edit and upload. And it'd just be that cycle. And I did that for a long time until, as I said, May of 2019 when I decided to do random stuff instead. But I was always doing it on the side. And during work, I would spend a lot of time looking through car gurus, looking at houses that I could just dream of affording, looking at car gurus at these Lamborghini Huracans that I could only dream of affording, watching Doug DeMuro's car reviews of cars I could only dream of buying.
Right.
But I knew one day I really wanted to hit those goals. And that's why I think I remember those things now more than the sub goals I hit.
Right.
Because buying the car, buying the house is more in your control than if someone subscribes to me. And I was still doing what I enjoy, posting content. But it was up to YouTube and these people watching YouTube if they wanted to watch my stuff and subscribe to me. It's out of my control. I was never an in-your-face, subscribe, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, comment now. I never ever that person. You like my shit, you're going to do whatever you want to do to support me. And that's how I liked it. So that's why I see me buying those things more as like I did it moments than hitting a sub goal or whatever. I just want to enjoy what I have and enjoy playing games. Well, enjoy. At least just be myself playing games.
Yeah, right. The raging.
Yeah. But it's still, I don't know. I look at what I do sometimes after I get mad, and I'm legitimately mad. And then a little while later, I calm down. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ. I just kind of laugh at myself like, God damn, I'm an idiot.
What's the most expensive thing that you broke?
A TV, probably. It was a pretty big TV. I have some big ones sitting in my hallway. I think I have like 2 broken TVs in the hallway here still. Plus, I
wild.
think I have another 2 at my other house that are broken. I just want to keep being me on my videos and not changing to get people to do certain things. I want people to watch it because I enjoy it, and I'm gonna upload it because I enjoy it.
I agree. I fucking love that, and that's why I've always looked up to you, honestly, because you've always been the same. I think I found you like 3 years ago or something like that, 4 years ago, I think, and you've always been the same, and I fucking love that. Like, there's no, like, I gotta change to, like, for newer audiences, I gotta do this differently. Like, obviously people adapt as content creators, but you don't fully shift everything that you do, and I like that, actually.
No. Yeah, I don't, and
That's
and if
awesome.
and I made that a point from the start. Like, when my YouTube channel started blowing up, Wii Sports were the videos that were blowing up. Wii Sports Resort. But I still wanted to keep throwing in random games. I didn't want to become boxed in, so to say, to a certain game right off the rip. I can still play Wii Sports as today's video, or I could play Hard Time, or I could play a horror game, or I could play this random Wii game, or I could play, there's still Minecraft. There's still more things that I can do, and I think it's helped me still continue to grow. Granted, growth isn't huge right now, but it's still managed to keep me relevant.
You've done so much in your career, hitting 2.5 million subscribers, just being able to buy your own house, get like a fucking Lamborghini off of just YouTube alone. Those are really great achievements. What would you say overall on your YouTube career was your biggest achievement? Whether it's a video that you did or, personal, whatever it is. Like, what did you think is like the biggest part of your career that you look back on and you're like, I fucking did that?
Yeah, I would say it was the decision to give up on Fortnite and go into a completely different, because at that time, I mean, I had 300 and some thousand subscribers. I was getting 50 to 70,000 views a video, which isn't bad.
Yeah.
Making Fortnite content, and I was making good side money from it. And I said, no, I'm done with this. I want to do what I want to do, and that's variety content. And I sacrificed a lot of views from it, and it ultimately gave me everything that has led to this point, essentially. If I didn't do that, I'd still be working at my day job. I would still have to be getting up tomorrow morning at 6:30 in the morning or 6 in the morning to go to work. I would, and sometimes I'm starting to take that for granted because it's been so long since I had a day job. But I'm incredibly lucky. But it was that decision, though, wasn't really luck, or well, in a way it was. But I made that decision started it. That decision set the ball in motion. It didn't pay off right off the bat. It took a few months, which arguably isn't that long, really, for completely switching your content and your channel taking off. And it was luck, but at the same time, I had to make some decisions that led to me getting lucky, which can be a Friday night as well.
Oh my god.
Not really. I never make the right decision for those.
Yeah, actually, like, think about that too. If your channel never took off, do you think that you could see yourself being still that project manager? Did you enjoy doing that?
It wasn't bad. I didn't mind it. I like the people I worked with. I still stay in touch with them.
Oh.
I was actually, when I quit, I was, as the youngest guy in the office, I was going to be the top salesman, meaning that I generated the company the most profit for the year.
Right.
I was going to go on the company trip with all the executives that's paid for.
Let's go.
I was really lining myself up that they really thought I would be one of the leaders of the company, the next vice president of the company. Once the current vice president became president, there was a good chance that I would be in a spot to become the next vice president.
Yeah.
But, that was still years down the road. That would probably be happening around now if I would have stayed at that job. But that's why I want to say, like, when I quit that job, I was doing really well at that job. I was in line for probably a pretty substantial bonus because I was already outperforming the office. Like, I got the company's biggest job ever because I was an estimator and project manager. I estimated a huge project. I got the whole thing for our company, and it seemed I estimated it well, and it ended up doing very well. So, and I wasn't even, I fucked around a lot. Like, I slept in. I came to work late.
Yeah.
I would leave early to go golfing. Like, that's one of the reasons why I can't complain too much about my day job. But they were very lax with me because they understood if I brought results.
Yeah.
That they were relaxed on me. If I wasn't performing how I was, I'm sure they would have been on my throat. So I would still be there, I'm sure. And I'd probably be doing pretty well. But it just got to the point where even though I had a big bonus coming and probably, a very bright future coming, I was making more in a month in YouTube than I made in the entire year working my day job.
Yeah.
Why am I getting up in the morning and going to a day job? No, I'm done.
So, we talked about the past, we talked about the present. The future, though, of your channel, what are you thinking about your future? Like, do you have any goals that you want to hit right now at the moment? Like, is there anything that you're looking at it, like, I have to hit this, I want to hit this, I want to do that? Like, what's going through Poof's mind?
No, not really. I'm probably one of the people that looks at his YouTube analytics the absolute least.
Oh yeah.
I avoid looking at them, in fact, because I don't want it to affect my psyche. I don't want to get down like, people aren't watching my YouTube video as much, and then I'm gonna take that into the recording session I'm gonna have and try to overcompensate for it, or I'll just be down because of it. I don't want to be affected by it. I just want to be myself. I feel like I've said that a lot, but that's just my honest philosophy with it. So when I look at what I want to do, I don't ever set goals for myself. Like, I want to be at 3 million subscribers by the end of this year. I think that's inauthentic to everything else I'm trying to do, which is play what I want, do what I want, and whatever it is. So I don't really look at it that way. Do I want more views and more subscribers? Of course. I can't say that I would turn it down because I don't care.
Yeah,
absolutely
right.
Not.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm not setting goals on myself like I need to get this many views a month or this year, or this many subscribers this month or this year. I don't set that on me. YouTube's a bit mixed with my personal life. I would like to stream more, I will be honest. Okay. I haven't been streaming a lot this summer at all, but I want to also enjoy my life. If it was daytime, you can see the lake out here. I enjoy being on the lake in the summer up here in Michigan. Yeah, I love posting pictures of it. I love flexing my view. Yeah, it's just so beautiful. It's like a goal of mine. I could only dream to have a house on the lake, and now I have it. I gotta enjoy it.
I've really enjoyed this interview so far. I definitely just have one last question, but I'll definitely say, thanks so much for, being on this interview. As I said in the beginning, I looked up to you a lot, and there's a lot of people that look up to you. People really do look up to you in different ways, whether it's your humor or the way that you're very genuine in videos, and it's really humbling and nice to see, us even before the interview, before I even hit record, that you were genuine, you're a good dude. So, you've been a streamer, you've been a YouTuber, you've done a lot of different things the last decade and a half. And you've had so much success. And there's so many people out there. You have 2.5 million people that watch you. A bunch of them probably as well look at you and they say, how can I be like that? Like, how can I get there? What would you say to somebody that's trying to get into content creation, that looks up to you and says, what does Poof say? Like, how can I get there? How can I get to that level of succession?
Right. I think about YouTube today. I really blew up in 2019. Let's say I didn't. Let's say I never made the switch to this content till today. If I did that today, could I find the same success that I did 5 years ago? And I don't know if I could. YouTube's changed so much. My videos don't really fit, I don't think, the recipe for YouTube success. I don't think they do. My thumbnails suck. They're a screenshot of the game. Sometimes zoomed in. Sometimes I add brightness and contrast. But that's it. I make my thumbnails in my editing software. I don't have AI making me thumbnails. I don't have...
Thank God.
I don't even capitalize letters in my titles most of the time. I don't... It's such a difficult question anymore. I think you should follow your passion. You should do it because you want to do it. I always did that. I had a day job. I was doing this on the side because I enjoyed doing it. And if that's the kind of person you are, that you can work 40 hours a week, come home, and still want to do YouTube, then I think you really, really should give YouTube a try, because I think you really care about it. You really want to do something with it. You really want to entertain people. You want people to watch your stuff and enjoy it. You should at least give it a shot and hope that YouTube pushes you to enough people that are willing to click on your video and follow along with you. Because if you're genuine and you really want to do it, they'll know and they're going to stick to you. And that's going to be your foundation of success. I'm going a million different directions again. The point of the question was, what would I say to an aspiring creator? I think I've said most of what I want to say. But just have the passion for it, really want to do it. And if you want to increase your odds of success, I would look at what other viral videos are doing and imitate it in some way. But don't become ingenuine with it. Don't clickbait it. Don't lie. Don't become too egregious with it. Yeah. Just make it appealing enough to intrigue some people. And I've been getting a lot of smaller creators in my recommended lately. I don't know what's up with the YouTube algorithm lately, but I got recommended a video yesterday that intrigued me enough to click from some, just random guy making videos. He played Milkio. I should have commented on his video because I watched it. I should have gave him the respect to know that I watched it. It was Milkio Kart or something. He had to drink a glass of chocolate milk while completing a Mario Kart Wii track. And I'm just
like Beerio Kart?
What the hell?
Milkio Kart?
Yeah, it's like Beerio, but milk.
Oh, God.
Yeah, he's drinking a whole glass of chocolate milk, and I'm just like,
oh my God.
But he did it. I'll have to look it up again. I don't know if it'll be in my recommended again, but yeah, you never know whose box you're going to end up in. You could end up in mine.
The very, very final thought. So you just gave advice to your viewers about content creation, but is there anything else you'd like to tell them? Your fans out there, the Beef Boss fans, all of them. What would you like to say to them?
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Well, I'd imagine you'd watch this video. If you're watching this video as one of my fans, you're a pretty dedicated fan of mine, especially to make it to this point with all my rambling here today. I'm sorry for throwing you on your channel, OG Fro Man. I don't know. I feel like I just haven't been concise at all, and I don't even. Really? Yes, you think so?
Yes.
Dude, you're a smooth talker.
No, bitch. Listen, I don't do that. I am not like that at all. I definitely learned a lot from you, actually. I mean, I've always looked up to you, and like you and Nick were like the two people I watched back in the day, and that's when I really realized, even after iCarly, that I'm like, you know what, I want to do that. So learning more about you tonight is fucking awesome, actually. Because your answers are actually concise, and you just given like really great answers that I can learn from as well, and a lot of people will learn from these. So
I appreciate everyone that watches my videos and appreciates what I do, and even if you don't appreciate what I do sometimes, I still thank you for watching my videos. I mean, you're not gonna like all of them. I'm gonna have misses. It happens. And I guess to my fans that might be watching, thank you. I appreciate it. You guys, everyone who I've met in person has been very nice to me. very good people, I think. I don't know. It's so weird for me to, in situations like this where you're talking to me because of my YouTube channel and the success I've had on it. But when I go out, when I'm just sitting here, talking to you, I don't even feel like I don't know. I'm just me. We're just having a conversation. This guy wants to ask me questions for some reason. Is the way I look at it. Like, I've done nothing. I don't know if that's the right word, but I don't know. I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to be in this situation. I'm so grateful for it, and I love meeting people. Going back to when I first started my channel, I wanted people to talk to me because they knew who I was on YouTube. I wanted to be like, join a lobby and people were like, oh man, Poofesure's in my lobby, that kind of thing. And that still kind of holds true to today. Like, I love just meeting people, talking to genuine people like yourself, and
thanks, man.
Enjoying the ride and enjoying life. I can't complain.
I mean, I definitely think that you should always enjoy life, and I like that you don't just drown yourself in analytics, that you actually go out there, you just still make your own content, it still works out, and you also you just enjoy your life. And I fucking think that, I think it's amazing, because a lot of people will get lost in the numbers a lot, and it will dictate their mood and just their mental state, and I think that's really important that you don't let that happen.
Have fun doing it, do what you feel is right, and and you never know.
Great interview today. Oh my god, this is awesome. Poofesure, our next guest on Streamers Unplugged. Great time, a lot of insight, a lot of different ways to look into content creation, and I learned a lot personally. I've always wanted to be a genuine person on stream, but obviously sometimes you gotta bend yourself a little bit. But it's nice to know somebody is always genuine, does not change for anything, and still really successful. And I think that your message, Poof, will really resonate with a lot of people, and you might see some new content creators out there, But that was the end of Streamers Unplugged with Poofesure. Hope you guys really enjoyed the episode. I liked it. Hopefully you guys loved it as well. All of his links will be down below. His Twitch, his YouTube. Definitely follow him. He's great. He taught me a lot tonight. He'll teach you the same, and he's a lot of fun. He's fucking hilarious. So you like his videos, so give him the follows, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye!
Well, if you put some lube in your elbow grease that up.
Your weenus? Is this your weenus, right?
No, it's on the outside, man. That's your weenus.
Oh.